So in today's video, it's going to be pretty straightforward and simple if you didn't know by the title of it. But we're putting ball joints in this 10th gen F-150. Now, I'm going to show you the tools you need, how easy it is to do it without a ball joint press. Well, I ain't got a ball joint press. I need an invested one. But we're going to do it the old-fashioned way, and I'll show you how to do that. All the good stuff, the tools and stuff that I use. It's going to be a win-win video if you're doing this yourself. Because I done did the driver's side, so I don't, look like don't know what I'm doing on this side. Because I done practice on the driver. The first thing you want to do is order your ball joint. And if you got the 2-wheel drive version, don't know about the 4-wheel drive, but the 2-wheel drive version comes with a new upper control arm because the ball joint's built in. You can buy this whole kit online. I got mine from Detroit Axle. It comes with the upper control arm, built-in ball joint, and a new bottom ball joint. You can see I done got the driver side all installed and greased, ready to enjoy my new smooth ride, because when you go down the road you just shake really bad. About completely gone now. Can't stress this enough. Scotch your vehicle, e-brake it if you have to, if you're doing front ball joints. If you're on a lift, I'm not on a lift. So if you're not on a lift, you're gonna need a jack. Get you a jack, get you something to stick under the frame, some jack stands or something. I'm in dirt, so I usually use 2 jacks, a screw jack and a regular, pump jack. So I'm gonna go ahead, get this off the ground, and you want the A-arm to hang. Don't jack up on your A-arm, because you need to have the A-arm free to move so you can work with it. So we're going to jack up probably towards the center. Got the jack under it. It's off the ground. These, for me, this is an adapter, by the way, to one of these Mustang rims, is 19mm. I will take the impact and zip these off. These are stock Mustang rims with some Ford center cap covers on them. If you like the looks of the rims, you don't need the impact like I'm using, but you can do this by hand. You know how to remove everything by hand. But impact makes it easier. And if you're going to work on your car, any at all, I suggest investing. Don't have to be this D-Watt. It can be a Cobalt or something. Just get at least a halfway decent impact. This is the model number to mine. You don't want to lose these. You can remove that if you want to. Good thing about these rims, they don't weigh nothing. And here's the ball joint. She's actually pretty loose and gone, but I have to put pressure with both hands to show you. So we ain't too worried about that right now. Okay, make sure everything's sturdy, and when I get my second jack under there. But the next step, you can leave this brake cover on if you're careful. So I got enough holes here, you can see it's wrapped around and stuff. I think I can do this without having to take the caliper off, but you can take this caliper off. It unbolts here and here, pry it out of the way, hang it up, then you can work with your whole spindle. I'm going to try to do this with everything attached, move it out of the way, so it'll be less for me to do. We need to remove these cotter keys, and these bend straight. Don't cut yourself, but you can bend them straight here, and you grab onto them with just some little pliers. The bottom one down here, got one too. The bottom ball joint here, I couldn't get the cotter key out. We're changing it anyway. I folded them down and beat a socket up on it and just spun it off. You can see part of the cotter key left in it. Now if you was going to reuse this, you could just beat it out with a punch or something. So I'm going to leave the nut still on it, so when this drops, it don't come crashing down to the ground, because the next step is going to be breaking these free. And the size of that was 7/8. That's what fit mine. Hopefully it fits yours too, so you don't have to go digging through sockets. Okay, you good. So now we're gonna hammer here, 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 all the way around, and here, 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 to each drop free. Can take some time. They do make a ball joint press and a pickle fork and stuff, but usually a couple. Good smacks a couple times. Just like that. Drop some free. Now before I completely remove this, it's still holding up right there. It's broke free. I'm going to remove this tie rod. You just do hit the same way. You take the porous cutter key out, spin this off, hit it with a hammer. Right here, this will pop up. And before I forget, that's a 7/8 too, same size as the upper ball joint. But you can see how easy it is. Well, I'm not going to do it one-handed. The new ball joint will come with a new one of these, so if you can't get it out and you have to break it, or it's rusty, don't panic. New ball joint, have one. But I keep these for a spell. Never know, you might need something one day that fits. This spins out with a pair of pliers, and we take a hammer and we'll knock her out. I bet you're going to invest in a tripod. That's a grease fitting. Definitely want to keep those. Never know when you need it. Now you can hit this with a hammer right here. Just like that. And I'll show you how to install the new one. This one's pretty tight. This top one. That's the one that was bad. This bottom one probably would have lasted a little bit longer. Who knows? We got them new, so might as well change them while we're in here. So, on this one, up here, you need to take you some polish, fingernail polish, and paint here and here, 2 lines. I'll show you in just a second. Oh! My foot went afloat. On this side, and I'll show you once I get that side painted. So I done painted this side. Just like that. That way you can line this back up and not need anything towed back in. And once you got that done, give it time to dry. It should look like that on both sides. Now you do got these lock-in tabs, but they do get the bolt pretty close where it was. They still got a tad bit of movement, so you want to make sure your marks on this side lines up. And you shouldn't need alignment. Everybody tells you need alignment, but I did many vehicles for about 20 years like this. Never have needed alignment. I watched all my family do it and me do it ever since I was a little kid. No issues. Sure, I might be out a little, but a little never hurt anything. Now the A-arms up top, they are left and right. They don't interchange. So make sure you match your A-arm up with the side you're working on. Now the ball joints don't matter. They can go either side. And that's the part number on these ball joints right here. But you can just buy the kit. You don't have to worry about that. This ball joint was made in 24. So ain't that old. So before you even attempt driving this in here, yeah, we're going to drive it in with a hammer and some pressure. Take your rubber boot off. Your rubber boot just plies up a little. And you walk all the way around it, and it just slides off. You can tell these come pre-greased, but they're gonna need more grease even if you install them, because they don't come with much. See, ain't even much to keep that belt alive, so you always want to grease these. Now we took that off for this to find a socket that we can use to drive this up with. That one will work perfect. That one almost will work perfect. So what we have to do, take this one, and then we got a little bit right there. We can take and put another one on top. And then we can use it as a press. This is the setup. We put the nut on it, slide this over it here, line this up, and before we get this to go in, put a little push on the A-arm. Not too much, because y'all know jack stand that stuff. Now we got everything, we're going to tap it in. And then as we tap it down, we're going to hit all the way around it. And you can see we're going up. We're going to do that till it fully seats under here. And as this gets loose, we'll put more pressure on it. Be mindful, put your thing, your grease fitting, facing where you can get to it. When you get this together, you want to grease it. Now we got everything seated. You can check all the way around it. Make sure it's flush. These upper bolts here is dry. I done got the nuts off of them. They the same size as the upper ball joint, which works for mine is a 7/8. So you don't want to tighten this A-arm up just yet till you get the weight of the vehicle on the A-arm. Because if you tighten this up loose, it puts stress on your bushing. So you always want to have the weight of the vehicle on the A-arm so when you tighten this up. You can see a marks is almost perfect. So we're going to nudge them over a little bit, tighten the back of them up. We should be in line, then torque everything down. And trying to remember the torque specs. I probably have to look them up. Now, I don't know what size sockets your new ball joints come with, but these are like one size up from everything else that you was using for OEM. And don't forget to put your grease plug in here and grease these. Now the torque specs, I just got these as tight about what they was before. I didn't look the torque specs up. I just snug them down till the bushings look really good. This one's a little off a little bit. It won't go no tighter. That's just the way it is from the factory. This top one, I torqued the other side to 85. There's a few different torque specs. I'm going to torque this top ball joint to 85 and this bottom one to 100. And then put my cotter key in it. If your cotter key don't line up, just tighten it a little bit more till your cotter key lines up. You don't want to re-loosen the bolt. So that's pretty much got the job done. Everything's greased. Put the tie rod back on. It torques to about the same as the upper ball joint. I just torqued mine at 75. You can look up the torque specs yourself. I'm getting ready to go test drive it and enjoy it. Go get some lunch. It took me about 2.5 hours to do this job. If you found it helpful, drop a like, leave a comment, get subscribed. Check the channel out for more content.